Good morning guys, my name is Andika, but you can call me Andika for short. I come from Banyuwangi and school in SMK 17 Agustus 1945 Muncar. Right now, I want to speak about the global warmings for the next generations. Global warmings is the biggest disasters for every generations. Global warmings, it needs stopped on our generation only. Because of why? Because the next generation after us will got a lot of bad impact than us. Right now, we are a human, got a lot of innovations. We create anything like what we want, but we don't know what's the functions. If you got a lot of negative impacts, then positive impacts. Plastic cherry bags. For the first create of the plastic cherry bags may be really simple, but we can use that like what we want. But you don't know what is the function if you got a lot of negative impacts for the other creatures around the world. For example, like the ecosystem underwater, on the oceans, the place that an animal can alive, explore, and still many others being destroyed of the global warming. Plastic cherry bags. Plastic cherry bags is so really dangerous for every creatures, not only animal, but human too, on the next generations, natures, and still many others. We need to stop that. We really need to stop that. Because of why? Because we need a clear ecosystem. We need a healthy environment. Because of the plastic pollutions and microplastic and still many others, we can stay on the earth with calm down. We need clear that's all about. We need a good innovations on the futures. The futures for the next generations. And the next generation is the case for the futures. The futures who can explain more the rich about the earth on the next times, on the next generation and still many others. We need to clear the global warmings. We stop that. We really need to stop that on 2022. Because of why, like what I says, the next generations will get a lot of bad impact than us. And the next generations need to explore more about the ecosystem underwater, natures, the other creatures, and so many others. The next generation after us is the case of the futures. Yeah, we know that the modern technology, the news technology, and so many others is so really faster on 2022. We know that so really faster of the technology, but we don't know what is the functions. If, like what I say, if we got a lot of bad impact than negative impact, we can explain more about the reach of the natures if we can control that the global warming. You know that plastic cherry bags, year by years, second by seconds, every day we use that without thinking about the negative impact for the futures. We are the humans. We have a brains. We can think normally, not like the animal. We still have a lot of innovations for explore more to global warming being stopped on 2022 only. We know that so really dangerous for every creatures around the world, but the human always use that without thinking about the negative impact for the futures. The futures is our mind. The next generation need it. We really need it. And we need to explore more than you, these generations. We are next generations. We have rights for explore more. But how dare you? How selfish you, the humans, the generation who have a lot of technology, but you don't think about the negative impacts for the futures. The futures is our mind, and we can explain more about the next generations, the future, the next technology, and so many others. We have the rights to that's all about. But you are the superior that's all about. If you always use the plastic cherry bags without you think about the negative impacts for the future. We are the case of the futures. We will create the other technology, but because of your action right now, you always use plastic cherry bag, you always burn that the chemistry and so many others. you don't think about the other creatures, not only humans, but even to natures, even to ecosystem underwater, animal, and still many others. You live in the earth. You live in the earth. You live in the earth, and you still need oxygen from the earth. You still need a lot of foods from the earth. You are still need a natures to the earth. But how dare you to destroy that's all about without you think about the negative impact for the futures. So guys, finally, thanks for your attention. I hope my speech got you a lot of motivations and you can think 2 times before you use that plastic garbage. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.